Yay. Yay. Alright. Now, I'm gonna talk about Mob Psycho, right? All animes, disclaimer. All of them obviously had a meaning because they were came up with, and we all can relate to it, like we all can feel it, you know what I'm saying? So it had to come from someone's or a group of people's mind frames, and where they can kind of come up with a problem solution, you know, beginning, middle, end, for it to all come together, right? So, now that's out the way. Now, for Mob Psycho, a good way of looking at this is kind of visualizing Mob as somebody that we all have inside. Now, all the characters you need to remember this. All the characters are relatable in some type of way. No matter if the weirdest way they are, you might not agree with it, but you can relate to the fact that you don't agree with that. But you can see that, like you're aware, like you know that's there, but you don't agree. Like, but you're not like, oh, that's not me though. So you need to kind of look at automatically all the characters as it could be like you in some type of way. In some little piece, there's a little piece that you can grab of yourself. Now, but as far as Mob, this is our represented as basically Mob, the main character, you know what I'm saying? He's pretty much represented as, or you can look at him and you're in your perspective as something that has to do with a super bright inner light that doesn't want to shine because for some reason, some way, somehow, some shape, some form, it's being kind of secluded, kind of caged in some type of way. It can be the slightest thing. Any type of way where we feel internally inside, we just feel uncomfortably submerged down, whether that be in the world period or whether that be in whatever little world that you're kind of involving yourself with, because we all got little different things. We all got little different parts that we involve ourselves with. So just look at that like he's just your inner, like hard, like creative, but also indirect, but also very very illusionary, I guess, very mystery type of internal nature, right? So, yo inside. So, you need to look at him as a person that is in a world full of people that he can't actually truly relate to unless he's pushed into a certain point, right? That's why he got Mob Psycho 100, right? The 100, like counts all the way to 100%, then he blows up or whatever. But, to go back, you know what I'm saying? So him being him, he is someone that is always passive. He's someone that always lets other people pretty much get their way. Unless the only time he doesn't, you gotta really pay attention. You gotta really be real with yourself. The only time he doesn't is when it's somebody that he feels like is in a certain position that that person, that whatever that he thinks that of, because it was like a couple or three people that he took heed of their words, right? They're in a certain position where he looks up. Like we all got people that we look up like, okay, we ain't gonna, it could be the subtlest thing. You wouldn't say certain things to, you know what I'm saying? So same for Mob. Mob basically is just somebody that is passive, and the only time he listens to people is when it's the people that he actually respected, in the fact of them giving him a certain feeling of, whether that be value of comfort to make him feel comfortable, or whether that be actual tangible things, you know, him giving him money, you know, his master giving him money. I'm sure he gave him money, or time, you know what I'm saying, time. But, right, so to go back, so that's just to say him having all that respect is just to say that he was somebody that was super, he did it for himself. Like he gave himself no credit and gave only the people that he saw that he felt like or thought was better than him in some type of way. And that's kind of why he protected what they told him. Remember, he said, you know, my master said, or this person said not to do this. Oh, I remember this. It was always an epiphany. It never tied back to itself, but it was almost like he justified why he would always cross the line with anybody else. He would always go over the board no matter what when it came to somebody jeopardizing something else outside of him or something that somebody else told him, right? But we seen throughout the beginning that he was pretty much just comfortable with just letting anything pass by, unless it had to do with, his brother or family. That's obvious. Now, we gotta stop there. So I'm saying this to say, sometimes we're super duper internally knowing all these realizations, but you gotta remember it's just from your perspective. So sometimes it might be illusionary and you might just be making up shit. You know what I'm saying? But either way it go, we have things within us that sometimes we need to, not sometimes, that we do need to put out there. You know what I'm saying? We gotta sit there and cast out certain. We gotta sit there and say forget whatever is happening around us, and we have to just act out whatever we're feeling on the inside. Or we gotta say it. We gotta bring it to the light. We gotta say it. You can only closed mouths don't get fed. Nobody know it until you say it. You know what I'm saying? So. Right, so I'm just pretty much breaking all the way down how Mob is a part of us, all right? Like, he's the part that, now, and remember, I'm just using these words, man, but I'm not saying, like, he's in us, I'm saying we all have a piece that we can take to relate to Mob in our own lives, living it out from what we think, from that person that you talk to yourself, like, that's you, so that, we all have Mob within us like that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just breaking down just how you can kind of look at him and how, you can learn from him. You know what I'm saying? You can learn that he also is in a situation where sometimes he feels overly overwhelmed by the world or whatever he's in because he doesn't know how to exactly bring whatever he's feeling on the inside, aka in the dark, to the light, aka the outside. Bring it and say it type thing. Relate it to somebody else where they can feel it and not be so weird. You know what I'm saying? So this is kind of, and this is all anime, but I'm talking about Mob for right now. My hand's dry in the mug. My hair's, man, stay getting dry. But yeah, hey shit. But yeah, so so pretty much that's just a breakdown of Mob, man. It's tough because it's like I'm just trying to let y'all know how really these writers wrote this because they knew every piece, every part, every play, every role, every character that we all go through, like in real life, that we all switch and mix and mingle with, and the things that we we get faced with mentally but emotionally, and it's very, very subtle. So, I mean, if I was sitting with somebody and I was like watching the TV, I would sit there and tell them one by one, like, look, this is what this represents and stuff like that, and they'll start figuring out, oh, so it's really just something that I can know for myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of showing you, you know what I'm saying? Basically what happens when certain people get greedy and then certain people get like basically into a position where they think they can kind of call shots, but it's also telling you how you can get kind of like overwhelmed, how you can get pretty much it's teaching how to always balance out and not just let things boil up because it's something that you truly think and it's not with the environment around you, so you might feel like it won't relate. That's why I was breaking that thing down earlier. But either way, she gave Mob is just, you know what I'm saying, what we all got, and you know what I mean. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so learn from Mob. I'm gonna do more of these, man. I'm gonna go more in. Like, I'm gonna let y'all know what I mean by, like, all the characters you really can see within you. But it's just to say, if you really know, you gotta really know, like, bro, at the end of the day, this was written by a movie director. So they had to come up with all of these different perspectives. So it's like, you can kind of see within you. But it's to tell you a story about motherfucker, express yourself and don't let things bottle up. And it's teaching you the little many things we go through when certain people and a place kind of comes intertwines with your life in a certain way, and how it affects you in another in throughout your everyday life just because of that one little instance and stuff like that, and you'll carry it with you. Like it just takes you all on trips. But yeah, that's it now. You know what I'm saying?